You think we will ever see an athlete win 6 World's Strongest Man titles? Or will future strongman be too competitive to see the sort of winning streaks we saw with Big Z, Brian Shaw, Mariusz Pudzianowski, etc.? Oh, man. I would have thought Halfcore could do it, but he probably should have had like 3 titles by now, and he's, I think, basically retired at this point. Definitely retired from World's Strongest Man. And someone like Kioshkowski could do it, I think, but I mean, never say never, but at this point, I just think no, and I think part of the problem is, and Zydrunas Civic has said this when I interviewed him a few years ago, is it's just harder to have a long career now because everything's so heavy, and there's so many more contests and so many opportunities that you have to take, and honestly, World's Strongest Man pays shit. So you're not going to have an athlete not do the Arnold, World's Ultimate Strongman, Dubai, etc., because they get fucking pennies at World's Strongest Man. If you won like $300,000 at World's Strongest Man, like you do the CrossFit Games, maybe. But until World's Strongest Man pays what it should, no athlete's going to prioritize it enough to win that many times, even if they were capable. That's my thoughts. If you put on a strongman contest, what would the events be? I have put on strongman contests, and the events were, we did an overhead medley, so it was like axle, log, circus dumbbell for reps. I like medleys like that where you rep something out at the end. We did an arm over arm semi-truck pull. Big fan of truck pulls. They're just cool looking. We did a stone series because stone series are way cooler than other things. One year we did some sort of chain drag, and we did a deadlift medley with a bunch of different things. And we also did an 18-inch deadlift for max. So I just did a couple, standard events, made sure that they were good, not like stone over bar, not the easy ways. But yeah, basically what I did, I think, let's just go California Strongest Woman. Year 1 was overhead medley when you rep out at the end, because it's fair for it. I like that, because I don't like it when it's a split time on medleys at the end, because it's just I don't know. Then we did 18-inch deadlift for max, which is funny because I did a max deadlift, but we had cool implements. That's the key. We had wheels and boxes. Then we did a arm over arm truck pull with a big old truck, and that just looks badass. We did like some sort of farmers into a yoke or something like that. So there's a good moving event, but it was 2 parts. So I don't like it when they're straight shot. And we did an Atlas Stone series because stone over bar for reps looks dumb. Stone series are cool. 5 stone series, and then and it worked out perfect. The crowd loved it because, like, in every class there was 1 or 2 women that loaded the last stone. Everyone understands when people go and no one gets it, then someone gets it. And for reps, no one knows it. No one really cares if someone did 13 reps and someone did 12. It's boring. Anyways, off-season question. Focus on 1 or at most 2 lifts to squeeze the most out of it, or go for less gains overall lifts, like spread on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You should always train. So if you're doing strongman, it's simple. You need to get good at pressing things, pulling things, moving with things, and loading things. And there's little details in between. So if you focus on just some of those, you're probably going to get bad at the other stuff. But just do those 5 things and do it. And I think it depends on the athlete. There's some athletes that are very statically strong, and they suck at moving, and they suck at events. So they should prioritize those a little bit and do a little bit more maintenance on their static lifts. And there's some people that are more athletic that come by moving well and moving with weights well, but like their log press and deadlift suck. So they should just do little runs, just less volume to address those weaknesses. Just to keep it up. Still do some farmer's walk, nothing crazy, but they should prioritize their static lifts, and that's how. I've trained probably over 1,000 people in strongman at this point, and just about everyone falls into one of those 2 camps as far as approaching off season. And how to know if you're good or not is you go out and compete, And if you haven't competed yet and you're asking me about an off season, that doesn't make any sense because what are you taking off from? Just go out and compete, and you look at where did I lose the most points and prioritize those things. And where did you gain the most points? Make sure to still give them effort and get better at them, but not as much.